Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a Streaming Freedom video bulletin. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. For today's Skyrim video on the PlayStation 4, I wanted to bring you news that Skyrim has been updated to version 1.20, and with this update I came across some issues that I wanted to cover here, as well as give you information as to what exactly this is. So the issues that I encountered was the game crashing as soon as I tried to load it several times. This is nothing new. My game does crash quite often, but usually not from a load. It did work eventually, however, so if you're somebody that your game all of a sudden is crashing after you updated, just keep at it and you should be able to get into the game. This update added in the Saints and Seducers, Rare Curios, Survival Mode, and a fishing game in for everybody from the Creation Club content, whether you purchased it or not. However, I have not been able to find the Saints and Seducers content in the game, so I don't know, and I can no longer find information on it in my Creation Club, so I'm uncertain how to access that. The fishing minigame seems to be, there was a fishing rod I found at the forge. It looks like you'll have to create it, and I guess then you can fish. I don't know, I didn't try it out. The game now, when you boot it up, go back into your save game, will ask if you want to turn on the survival mode. If you turn that on, the gameplay will be different. Things like heat and cold will affect you and stuff. You can also turn that off at any time in your options menu, but it will give you the option right then and there if you want to enable it or not. So if you're somebody that doesn't want it active, choose no. I found some patch notes as to what exactly this patch was supposed to do, and I will leave a link to the website in the description box, but the short of it is supposed to increase the loading times and give 4K resolution. However, not on the PlayStation 4. This seems to be for the PlayStation 5, and I'm assuming the Xbox Series X. I didn't really read too much into those notes. There are supposed to be some bug fixes to address crashing issues, which, from my experience, it's crashing more now than it did before. But as you go into the Creation Club, you'll notice that there is some new additions, like the fishing minigame, which it will show that you already have owned. For myself, Saints and Seducers has disappeared. I can't find it. There are some limited time items in here, like some armor for your horse that you can get for free that you can download. A new option that you will find on the main menu is information, or the ability to purchase. I'm not certain which because I didn't hit it, but for the anniversary edition of Skyrim, which is the same game as what we have, but you will be getting some new content with it, and you will get all of the current Creation Club content that is available for free. So everybody got the 4 that I mentioned before, but if you'd hit square, then you can get additional content that's in the game for purchase for free. I do not know how much any of that is. The mods section has not been affected. As far as I can tell, all my mods are still here. One thing to note with the mods is that if Saints and Seducers was indeed added in for all of us, then you may need to download a unofficial patch for it. It could cause some issues perhaps with existing mods or content. I'm not certain. I won't know until I start really playing more, but it is a possibility. I've seen that there are some unofficial patches for it, like there is for the normal version of Skyrim, as well as the survival mode. That has some unofficial patches that you might want to look into as well, unless you're somebody like me who hardly has any room left. I was going through the screens at this point, just checking and making certain, and all of my mods are still here, and the ones that I had active are still on. I went into the game and it did seem to function correctly. Once it stopped crashing on me. One thing I did notice in-game was that it seems like perhaps the world around that's further away, the draw distance, is spawning in a little bit quicker than what it used to. I'm not certain. It could just be the mod that I'm using, which is Julia's Dirt Replacer, but that is a possibility. Perhaps they have fixed the issue with the slow load in of the, the stuff that's further away. Real quickly, this is the screen that you will see when you load into the game after the additional content has been added. It is telling you about survival mode, which you can enable it at this point if you want to use that. If you don't want to use it like me, then just hit no, but you can turn it on and off at any time in your options menu. So you don't have to worry if you do decide to try it and you don't like it, or if you decide that you want to try it later on. You can turn it on and off at any point. Now, I don't obviously normally bring these kind of videos. I more or less just show sometimes the different mods that I have, but I thought I'd go ahead and make this. That way, if anybody is experiencing crashes with this, I experienced a couple of them trying to load the game, not even getting to the main menu, and so somebody seeing that might think that they can't play it. I just want to let you know to keep trying. It should eventually work. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, I don't know a fix. I can just go by my own experience. But I wanted to get this information out there. So again, I will be leaving a link for the patch notes in the description box down below for anybody that might be interested in seeing that in more detail. And I also just wanted to say thank you to Bethesda that they were nice enough to give us some free content from the Creation Club. I'm looking forward to experiencing it. And thank you for checking out the video. Take care, everybody. This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin. Peace out.